Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, and troubles that melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, breakfast with Bob.
Poncho, man! Thanks, everybody, for being out here. Breakfast with Bob, Thursday edition. We are sponsored by HOKA, One Polar, Halo Neuroscience, Velofix, Today's Plan, Normatec, Four Seasons Resort, Hualalai, Triathlete Magazine. We're here at beautiful Huggo's on the Rocks. Our next guests, Brent and Kyle Pease, everybody! Yeah! A standing O from the R. This is the first one of the week. I love that. Kyle, how you doing, first of all?
Oh, I'm doing great. I love being out here.
You're loving the island?
Oh, yeah.
So are you worried the guy next to you is going to slow you down on Saturday?
Maybe. But I think we'll be good.
That's so cool. Now, how did all of this start? You guys, you're 2 years older? 2 years older, Brent. And did you involve Kyle in sport early on?
Well, we've been playing sports together our whole lives, but we're always adapting to sports to Kyle, right, and figuring out how to get him involved in all the different things we did: baseball, football, basketball, whatever.
What's been your favorite sport so far, Kyle?
If I could play football, I would love to play football.
Football's it.
But now it's triathlon.
Yes, right. Yeah. It's triathlon. How good a big brother has this guy been for you?
Man, words. I'm at a loss for words. I think Brett is more than a brother. He's my hero. And I think that what Brett has done for me is amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Brent, you're a very special guy. So when was the first time you guys raced together?
2011, we did a neighborhood 10K. Kyle was dressed in his work uniform with dress slacks and dress shoes. And I had about 15 pounds, and I think I was wearing a vest.
And what was it about that experience that was great for both of you?
It's still one of the top 5 races we've ever done. It was so much fun. You just asked about sports together. That
Yes.
was the first time that we didn't change the rules. And so Kyle and I did this neighborhood 10K. There was no standing ovation. There was just two brothers out doing something together that we never thought was possible.
And you just had to have adaptive equipment to go do it.
In Kyle's dress clothes.
That's it. Well, it's important to look nice because you're going to get autographs afterwards.
Definitely, yeah. and you're going to make money at the same time.
See, you could have sports and make money at the same time.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, what job was that? Are you still doing that?
No, I quit that job. It was a supermarket
Job.
back home in Nevada. So we had to wear a vest.
Yeah.
A very loud, color green vest. But now I work at a local hospital back home.
Nice. And you can travel the world and wear Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's way better. When had you been watching Dick and Rick Hoyt and seeing what their exploits and what they were doing, Brent?
We had seen the story, several times growing up, of course, and it was almost one of those things that just wasn't at the forefront of mind. But when, Kyle decided he wanted to do triathlons, the first people we reached out to was Rick and Dick Hoyt, because they were the
legends.
They were the legends. They were the standard. They knew how to take on the toughest endurance events in the world.
And what's fascinating to me is, you guys were able to go online and see that there was somebody else doing what you wanted to do. So there was opportunity because of that. Back in the day, people didn't know. Now I'm sure people are reaching out to you every day that they're in a similar situation and want to find out how to get into sport. And does that happen with you?
Oh, all the time. I mean, we're just hanging out with two young kids this morning that were, asking us about equipment and talking to them about resources. And, it's another testament to Dick Hoyt, the fact that they were basically building stuff in their garage, and all Kyle and I had to do was a quick Google search to figure out what equipment we were supposed to go use and how we were going to do this.
Yeah. I think it's important. What the Hoyts have done is incredible. They have paved the way for me and Brent and so many other teams.
Yeah.
And their legacy is awesome.
You
So they deserve a lot of credit.
Absolutely. Yeah, Dick and Rick are. In fact, I remember with Dick and Rick when they were here, you're swimming, pulling a raft, and I swear to God, people were hanging on the back of the raft, and Dick was pulling not just Rick, but half the field through the race. Then, when they were on the bike, it was 400 pounds between Dick, Rick, the bike, and he told me about coming back from Hawaii with the helicopter, NBC, and like, oh, this is great, they're come shoot us, and just sprayed Rick and Dick with all their water, all their Gatorade. They're like coated the rest of the ride. When you guys are out there how has your equipment evolved over time, and what are you riding on now?
So we use a bike made by Freedom Concepts out of Winnipeg, and actually a race car seat fabricator. Our bike was about 380, so not quite 400 pounds.
380
Well,
with you guys.
With us on it. But so we fabricated an aluminum race car seat, and so Kyle's looking super sleek and fast now. And it took almost 35 pounds off the bike. So we might be a little bit under 350 on race day.
What? Under 350. Yeah. A round of applause for that. This guy's going to pull 350 pounds the entire. Oh, my God. That's unbelievable. And then race chair wise, what do you do what do you guys do on the run?
So we have a special chair that's made out of Suwanee, Georgia, Eagle Sports.
Yeah.
And I like to think that we go fast, but I have to yell at Brent to go a little bit faster.
And you're probably really good at going on the left, on the right, as you're going by people.
Yeah.
That's probably your favorite thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's good passing people.
Yes.
As much as this is about you, too, it's like you want to take some scalps. You want to be able to go by people during a race.
Yeah. We have a little horn on the back. So with my voice and the horn, I think we do pretty good.
When was the first time you guys did an Ironman together?
2013.
In which one?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, just like Glenn Hartrick.
Yeah.
And when you look back at that now and compare what you're using equipment-wise, nutrition-wise, what were some of the mistakes you might have made back then?
I don't know how we made it. It was a big Cadillac, and it felt like, I don't know, I can't really explain it.
I mean, the bike has evolved the most of anything. The
Yeah.
run chair, we've got fancy zips on there because you can't come to Kona without the nice
You
equipment.
gotta have good
You
equipment.
got to have good stuff. If you fake it till you make it. So, but the nutrition stuff has been actually pretty similar for us for 5 years. And it's figuring out how to feed 2 humans for 15 hours of racing. So Kyle eats, he drinks.
Sure.
So we've got to figure out how to make sure we're carrying enough. We do have a plan this time because what usually happens in a race is he hears a wrapper crinkling and he goes, "Oh, what are you eating?"
Your brother's having Big Mac and fries, and there's here, have a little Gatorade.
He better not be having me that come on.
So now you were doing Chattanooga this year. Was it this year? I think it was 70.3.
Raleigh.
I'm sorry, Raleigh. You're doing Raleigh, and you come across the finish line, and this is the Holy Grail. You've been trying to get here for a while, and what happened when you came across the finish line in Raleigh?
Well, first I wanted to get back in my everyday wheelchair, so I was asking my dad if I could go back in the chair, and he said, one moment, and I'm like, no, I need to get there now. And then all these cameras started coming around us, and they made the announcement. It didn't hit me until we got back to the hotel that we made it to the Super Bowl of Ironman.
That's so cool. So Ironman surprised them at the finish line in Raleigh with a spot at the Ironman World Championship. Yeah. And this week has been pretty special?
it's been a dream come true.
And we also, a couple of the kids from our Challenge Athletes Foundation, Lucas and Noah Aldrich, very similar type of situation, where little Noah pushes Lucas. They were brought over by Ironman to basically be mentored by you two. The relationship there, you had met them before, correct?
We just had
over the phone,
online,
or online,
just emailing with each other. So, but after actually seeing them swim, Kyle and I thought we would let them be our stand-in for the swim.
Yes, they're very fast.
Yeah, he can move in that boat.
He can move in his boat. And then when Ironman decided to surprise them with a trip here, you guys surprised them.
That's right. Yeah, Kyle and I got to do a Skype phone call with the family and surprise them with the opportunity to come experience this amazing race in Ireland and be a part of all the festivities.
You know, we talk about how sport is powerful and what the Ironman does to change people's lives. You guys have all been changed by it, and it changes people's lives every day. And I just love having you guys here and having Noah and Lucas here, and then who knows who comes next and follows in your footsteps. Talk a little bit about what the finish line is going to be like for the two of you on Saturday night.
It will prove to everybody that anything is truly possible. If we can put your mind to your dreams, you can achieve them.
I love it. How about a round of applause for Team Pease?
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. On Breakfast with Bob.
Poncho Man!